Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here with I guess a cinematic problem. I don't know, haven't done a cinematic problem video in a very long time. Kind of stopped doing these videos, don't know why, just sort of stopped doing them. Some of you guys in the past have told me you want me to bring them back. I've had guys recently tell me that not too long ago. So, yeah, I don't really plan on necessarily bringing this series back. For those of you who don't know, I used to do this cinematic problems video like back when I first started doing videos a few years ago. And basically, I just brought up problems I have within the world of cinema. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it back again. But anyway, not necessarily going to bring it back, but I had a cinematic problem, so I thought I'd do a video about it, something that was concerning me. And I'm not going to try to open up this can of worms again, though knowing me, I'll probably get off topic and do it, and that is the topic of digital copies, of streaming, of non-physical media. I've done a video in the past where I basically, and I've explained this to you in other videos as well, my kind of distaste for streaming and digital media, non-physical format media. I've expressed my problems with it. I've expressed to you why I see it as a problem. Again, I've said that I like digital copies alongside physical media. If you want to give me a DVD and a digital copy with it, I'm cool with that, because I like the idea in theory of being able to just, you know, if I go on vacation at Disney, well, I can get on one of their smart TVs and just log into my like ultraviolet account, and boom, there's my ultraviolet movies. Pretty cool. I like that. You can take your library with you wherever you go. Neat idea, right? Again, there are problems with that. Things like, you know, ultraviolet maybe not being around forever, iTunes not being around forever, Amazon not being around forever, whatever company you stream your movies from not being around forever. Perhaps streaming isn't going to be... streaming is a format. I want to point that out. Streaming is a format. Streaming is no different than VHS, DVDs, Blu-ray, something like that. Streaming won't be around forever. There's going to be something years from now that we haven't even thought of yet that will replace streaming someday. You might think to yourself, digital copy streaming, it'll always be here. Nope, not going to be. I can guarantee it. It's a format. It's going to go away someday. And when it does, it's not going to be like my VHS tapes that are still, well, I say VHS tapes that are still above me in my rafters. It's going to be something I don't have anymore, because the company who provides me with that streaming, they're not going to provide it anymore. Why would they provide you with streaming anymore? They're not. It's not going to happen. You're just going to lose out on all that stuff. But anyway, we're not getting on that topic again. I've already discussed that before. But things like that, issues like that, just many reasons why I think going 100% to streaming digital copies is a really bad idea. But again, I like it when it coincides with a physical format. If I have my DVD and I have that copy forever, I can watch this DVD till the day I die. But in the meantime, I also got this cool streaming digital copy of it that I can use if I go on vacation or something. Neat. I like that. You know, this digital copy might not be around forever, but my DVD is going to be. So I know I'm safe. But anyway, so back when I originally did a video on this, I don't think I brought this topic up. It's a topic that I had heard of. I heard people discussing before, a topic I was aware of, but I don't think I brought it up because I really wasn't thinking about it too much, because it wasn't an issue that... It was just not an issue that really involved me. I hadn't any problems with it. I hadn't really thought about it. It wasn't something that was on my mind, in the forefront of my mind at the time. And fortunately, this weekend, it officially became a problem, and that is licensing. What I mean by that is companies like Ultraviolet, companies like iTunes, companies like Amazon, and so on and so forth, companies who provide digital streaming and digital downloads, digital copies of movies, they have to license. They have to have the license to these movies from Fox, Warner Brothers, Disney, and so on and so forth. They have to have the license to provide these movies to you. Once that license is no longer available, the license runs out, they haven't renewed contracts, for some reason they don't carry that movie anymore. Oh well, that's it. It's gone. You may have paid for it, you may have gotten it with a digital copy, or a physical copy, you know, a digital copy download, something like that. It's gone. Bye-bye. Now, chances are you can keep it as long as you've downloaded it. If you've downloaded that movie to your computer, you'll probably be good. For instance, the main issue I'm having right now is iTunes. I get a lot of iTunes digital copies. When it comes to Ultraviolet and iTunes, I'm constantly getting copies. You guys are constantly sending me copies of movies. I'm constantly getting copies of movies in my DVDs and in my Blu-rays. I'm constantly getting a stream of Ultraviolet and iTunes digital copies. So what I used to do with my Ultraviolet is I never downloaded them. I just, Ultraviolet stored in the Ultraviolet cloud or whatever. But my iTunes digital copies, I always downloaded them. I always had them downloaded on my computer. But it's just gotten to the point now where I realize if I keep doing this, because I have a few hundred movies on like a 2 terabyte hard drive, and I realize every one of these I download is a few more gigs. I mean, movies are a few gigs, especially if you're downloading like I do. I download like the HD and the standard definition version so I can watch them on HD if I want to, or watch them in standard definition if I need to, because some of my computers I can't play HD on. So I usually download both, and it just takes up so much space on my hard drive. Again, I have an external hard drive, 2 terabyte hard drive, but it takes up a lot of space on that, and it's only a matter of time until I fill it up. So I started thinking to myself, I hadn't really looked into this before. I thought, do I have to download these? Do I have to download my movies, or can I stream them? And sure enough, as I found out, and why I was really thinking about this is because I recently bought an Apple TV. And on my Apple TV, I can stream all the movies that I've purchased or have gotten through like a digital copy, iTunes digital copy through like a movie or something, like a DVD or Blu-ray. I can watch all those. I can stream them through my Apple TV. And I started thinking, well, can I do that through my computer as well, like I can with Ultraviolet? And sure enough, you can. If you purchase something, you don't have to download it. You can just stream it. Pretty cool. I was really excited about that. Until I noticed a big issue. And that is, and I was reading up on this, some of the movies, about a quarter of the movies, I had a few hundred movies on my my external hard drive through iTunes. Again, all stuff I've just gotten through digital copies. Basically, I think I bought 2, and that was because somebody gave me an iTunes gift card. I was like, what the hell am I going to do with this? So I bought 2 movies with it. So all besides like 2, I've gotten through like digital copies and stuff. But anyway, I started thinking to myself, or start realizing that, those few hundred movies I have, they're not all available anymore. You can't download all of them anymore through iTunes, meaning that if I take those digital copies that I've downloaded onto my computer, onto my hard drive, and I delete them, I can't stream them because they're not available through iTunes anymore. iTunes no longer have the license for them. iTunes no longer provides those movies. You can't go on the iTunes, type in, oh, I want this movie, and it comes up. They don't provide it anymore, meaning that, again, I delete those off my computer. I cannot watch them through iTunes. I cannot stream them. They're not available for streaming because they're not available on iTunes anymore. And that is my main issue. That's a horrible, horrible thing. You pay for a movie, or for instance, you even buy a Blu-ray or something, and maybe one of the reasons why you bought that copy, or bought that copy of that Blu-ray or DVD or something like that, is because it came with a digital copy. Maybe that persuaded you to buy it. Maybe you wanted that digital copy. You download it, the things are good, or even if you don't download it, you just you have it set up in your iTunes cloud for streaming. A year later, something like that, it's no longer available simply because they just don't provide it. There are some Blu-rays and some DVDs that I bought a few months ago that are no longer available through the iTunes iCloud. It's no longer available on iTunes, meaning that unless I keep that digital copy, unless I keep the copy I downloaded on my computer, take up all that space, those few gigs worth of space on my hard drive, I cannot stream them. They are gone, and they're just going to keep going and keep going, as iTunes loses or drops licenses for certain titles. You're going to lose them. Even though you've purchased them or purchased something that comes with the digital copy, you're going to lose out. Nothing you can do about it. And that is where my main issue comes, or another one of my main issues with streaming comes into play, is that, it's ridiculous. If I buy a DVD, I have it. It's there. Even if some other company is like distributing the movie, for instance, not always the company who might put a movie out isn't always the one who distributes it. There might be some other company, some other studio distributing that movie, and they could eventually lose a license, or could give the license to somebody else or something like that. It happens. But the thing is I have that DVD. If that DVD goes out of print and the company no longer has a license, somebody else holds it, and whoever's holding it doesn't want to put it out on the DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that, I still have my copy. That's not an issue. I have this. I'm not losing it. The company's not going to come to my house and say, oh, I'm sorry, we no longer have the rights to that. We have to take it from you to give it back to us. They're not going to do that. But through streaming, through digital copies, that's what's going to happen. They're going to take it from you, which is why I say streaming, digital copies, stuff like that, you're not really purchasing something. You're not buying something. You're renting something. It's long-term renting or long-ish term renting. And like I said, a few months ago, I purchased some titles that are no longer available on iTunes. So really, you're renting. You're just renting for a certain period of time, whether it's a few months, few years, however long that title's around. That's all you're doing. You're just renting. You're not owning anymore, and that is horrible. That is a horrible, horrible thing. And I just think it's a really like a dick way of like studios that control things and control like who has what and what can who can watch what and stuff. And it's really, really stupid. I was just really bummed by that. So I thought it'd be great to take all these movies off my hard drive, delete all of them off my hard drive because I don't need them. I don't watch them all that much. It's very rare that I watch a movie on my computer that I couldn't just stream. I usually watch them here. If I'm watching it, it's usually here in my house. Especially since I purchased my Apple TV. That I bought the Apple TV because I want to be able to just stream on movies on my HD TV. That I thought that'd be really cool. I no longer have to download them and then watch my downloaded file or something like that, or streaming, whatever. I can actually watch them on my TV. I don't have to watch them on my computer. I loved that idea. I thought that was so damn cool. So I really like that, and that's what I do with my Ultraviolet. I don't download my Ultraviolet. I just watch them through streaming, whether it's on my computer or on my TV through the the Vudu app or something like that. Not the Vudu app. That's what I do. That's what I do with my Ultraviolet digital copies. I don't download them unless I'm going to go on like a plane ride or something like that. If I'm taking a trip to Florida, I might download one or two movies onto my computer, knowing that I won't be able to stream them when I'm in the air. I'll just download them, and there you go. Because I like that. I like the fact that you can stream or download, and then when you get back from your trip, you just delete them off your computer, and you're still good to go. You still can stream them later on. So that's what I wanted to do with my iTunes. I just wanted to say the hell with downloading all this stuff, because downloading is a pain in the ass. I always have issues with like stuff getting halfway through a download, and then there's like an error or something like that. You gotta like re-download stuff. iTunes is a pain. It's amazing that I can download like anything from anywhere on my computer and never on any of my computers and never have an issue downloading something. When I go on iTunes, I always have issues downloading their movies. Always. I no matter where I'm on, whether I'm going Wi-Fi, whether I'm hooked to Ethernet, whether I'm on sometimes I download stuff at my work through their connection. Their connection's like amazing. I mean, my connection here is it's high speed. It's really good. Like I said, I've never had any problems downloading something. But at my work, they have a super fancy like business, like high speed business one that's all like fancy pants. I have issues there, so that's another reason. I was like, I'm sick of downloading all these movies and it taking me like days to download them because I keep having errors and keep having to like re-upload stuff and re-download. It's such a pain. So I really wanted to stop doing that and just stream like I do with Ultraviolet. And I was so excited when I read online and I found out that I could do that. I could just delete all my digital copies and just stream right from my computer or now watch them on my Apple TV. But I wasn't happy when I realized that a lot of those titles were not available on iTunes anymore. And unless I keep my digital copies, I won't be able to watch them anymore. There's nothing I can do about it. They're just gone. They're not available in the cloud anymore. And I think that's just a real shame. It's stupid. And it just points out, it's another like notch in my belt on my, I'm trying to think how I want to say this. It just goes to prove my point. That's what I should say. It goes to prove my point that, digital copies, streaming, all that stuff, it's a bad idea. It's going to lead to nothing but heartache for many of us collectors. You might have this amazing Ultraviolet or iTunes or Amazon, digital copy collection. It's going to be cool. You have this huge library in the cloud. How awesome is that? Hundreds of movies, thousands of movies, whatever you want in the cloud. Very cool. Then you're going to realize they're going to start going away. You might go, I want to have a Harry Potter marathon this weekend. And you'll go and realize that, Ultraviolet or Amazon or whatever, iTunes, they don't have the license anymore to Harry Potter, and they're no longer available for streaming. Now, if I download them, I'm good, but if I didn't download them, they're just gone. Sorry, Chief, they're out of the picture. So that's something. That's another problem I have with the digital copies and streaming. I just wanted to to do this video quick, because I didn't really bring this up last time. I did a video kind of expressing my my distaste for ultra, or I don't say ultraviolet, for just streaming and just digital copies in general. Ultraviolet's actually, I haven't really had any problems with ultraviolet. Every movie I've ever gotten through ultraviolet is still good right now. I haven't had any licensing problems with them. But if you go online and read like fine print and stuff like that on the ultraviolet website, they do mention that if titles aren't available or no longer available on ultraviolet, that you'll lose your copies of it. And iTunes says the same thing. The only difference is iTunes apparently loses their license very quickly because there's like I said, a few hundred titles through iTunes, and about a quarter of them are gone now. They're no longer available to purchase on iTunes, and I can't stream them. So apparently they lose their licenses very quickly. I don't know why, but I gotta say, on Ultraviolet, I haven't had any issues with them. They're pretty good. I haven't lost any movies through them, so kudos to Ultraviolet. But iTunes, not too happy about them. So again, just want to quick do this video, kind of express my anger towards again, digital copies and streaming and stuff like that. Again, just with the idea of licensing, since I didn't bring this up in my my last video. So that's it, guys. Just be warned. If you're if you're on iTunes or something like that, and you think it's a great idea to just store your digital copies in the cloud, which sounds like a really good idea to me, instead of taking up all that space in your hard drive or something like that. In fact, I mean, I'm sure many of you guys don't feel like going out and buying like a 2 terabyte or whatever terabyte hard drive and storing your digital copies on it. You just want to store them in the cloud. Just have them stored in the cloud, and then you're good to go. Anytime you want to watch them, you can download them if you want, or you can just stream them. It's great, but be forewarned, if you don't download them, they might start disappearing on you. A lot of mine have, and that is a shame. But that's it, guys. So anyway, just wanted to say that, and if you can find it, I'll try to find it. I'll leave a link down below. There's another video I did where I posted my distaste for digital copies and whatnot. I went all into a whole bunch of other reasons why digital copies and streaming and stuff is bad. I'll try to put a link down below if I can find that video. You guys can check that out if you want. But again, just wanted to talk about this little part of my distaste for it. So anyway, guys, that is it. So like I always say, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you're not already subbed, please do. And if you're not already over at cinemasickness.com, head on over there, check it out. There's a lot more to see there than just my videos, a lot going on there, and a lot from Team Sickness as well. So definitely check it out. And of course, while you're there, be sure to click on that shop tab and purchase yourself a Cinema Sickness sticker and or a Cinema Sickness button. I would appreciate the support. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.